Good morning. This is Jason Moss with the Georgia Manufacturing Alliance and Manufacturing News Network. Today, we've got a really unique opportunity to do do virtual networking. This is the first opportunity or first session of virtual networking that we've done with GMA. As some of you guys know, that our organization is really focused on helping support and grow manufacturing across the state, and we do that typically through live events. We do plant tours and networking events like we're doing today, and educational sessions. And last year we had about 3,500 people attend events that we hosted, and we hosted 120 events all around the state. We had never done any virtual events up till about 2 months ago. And then we had to completely shift and retool our organization to be 100% virtual. And that has been quite a challenge. It's been a fun challenge. We've survived it. But this is the first time we've had an opportunity to do an official networking session. And so we're really excited to see how this is going to shake out. So bear with us if we have some little technical things. We're just going to kind of roll with it. It should be lots of fun. The goal is for each of the members that are participating on this call to share a little bit about themselves, about their company, what it is that they do. And if they've got time, they're going to share a little bit about how the coronavirus has sort of impacted their day, what they see on the other side of this. So got a couple more folks joining here. So with that, what I want to do is I'll give you a quick example of how that works. We actually just heard that. So if you need to hear that again, rewind. But what we're going to do is I'm going to call folks out, and we'd like you to share. If you have a camera on your phone, or on your phone or computer, we definitely want to turn that on so we can connect the face with a name. And we're going to go around the room and just kind of, have folks share a little bit. I'm gonna kick it off with a great friend of mine, longtime friend of mine, that is a master networker, Miss LD DeCat. She's gonna start it off today and tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world. I need to schedule a time to come by and pick some stuff up from your facility because I made.
Yes, you do. It's ready. Thank you for the order.
We're keeping as much business going as we can. And for those of you that don't know, we're going to do a little timer to kind of make sure that we've got enough time that everybody has an opportunity to share. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and kick this thing off, and I'm going to turn it over to you. Miss LD, tell us who you are, who you work with, and what's special in your world. Take it away.
Sure. Okay. Hey, thanks, Jason, for putting us all together and changing everything that y'all do to the virtual scene to help us continue to connect. I've been on a couple of the other meetings, and it's been super helpful. But good morning, everybody. My name is LD. I am with Fast Signs in Snellville. Our business, we've stayed open this whole time. We've been deemed essential. But the types of things that we have been printing and designing and sending out has changed drastically. We have, and especially with the opening of businesses on Friday, since the news hit, was it yesterday? We've been getting people signs to be able to communicate to their customers, either we're open, or this is new protocol, signage on the doors, lobby is closed, call to come in, social distancing, to be able to keep within the requirements to be able to be open. It's just because they're open, there's still your set standards that have to be followed. So we have been printing a lot of those different types of removable graphics, just so we're not ruining anything that as soon as this crisis is over, that can't be taken down, and any original signage that you have up shouldn't be affected. We are doing some PPE. We've started to make the face shields. Just got an order in for those for some of the barber shops and the salons that have opened, since their stylist will be right, in close proximity. Having the face shield allows people to communicate easier than having the mask on. And it's has a little bit more room to move around. We're doing countertop shields to put on the countertop to help with if a lobby is open. to help people communicate safely. So yeah, so we've restructured a lot of what we're printing and designing and putting out right now to go with the current situation. So we have, as Jason knows, we've also done some intubation boxes for some of the hospitals. So we have changed our equipment around to be able to adapt to the needs of what's going on right now. So yeah.
Cool,
So,
cool.
that's what's going
I
on.
tell you, it's really interesting to see how people, hold on just a second. Technology is kicking my butt right here. Sorry. It's really interesting to see how people have kind of rebuilt their business and changed based on the demand and need in the marketplace. I know that you guys, I know I had some printing needs that was on the back burner and has been for a while. And I'm thankful that I'm taking advantage of the time now
Right.
to get caught up on a lot of the bits.
Yeah, we're slow. We can kick it out pretty quick.
It's amazing. We really appreciate all y'all's support in the
Sure.
marketplace and stepping up and doing the PPE piece and backfilling there for a lot of the needs. So I commend you guys for doing that, and
Thank you.
excited to see what it's going to look. I bet you guys are about to be slammed for the next few weeks, getting people kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, the phones have been picking up some more. So.
Awesome. Great news.
Yeah. So
Thanks
yeah,
for sharing.
thanks. Yeah, appreciate it.
Being a leadoff hitter for today. All right. Beautiful. Love it. All right. And Miss Amy, if you would share with us just a little bit. Let me stand by. I'll unmute your line here. Stand by. Hold on one second. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, my name is Amy Stanitsky. I am with Freeland Painting and Renovations. We do commercial roofing, siding, window replacement, gutter guards. We are still staying busy. We as well are considered essential. And we do a special on the manufacturing side, some dry fall painting. And for those of you that aren't sure what that is, if you go into an open ceiling type space, it's a special painting process that allows us to paint, and any residue literally dries as it's falling to the floor, and then we're just sweeping it up. So for any manufacturing folks that need to have a lighter, brighter space, that's kind of our niche. We've been in business over 12 years, and we deal primarily with property managers, and we are feeling a little bit of a hit. A lot of our commercial building spaces, that big CapEx project, or that thing we were about ready to start on, got pushed to the wayside a little bit so that they could figure out how to get their buildings clean and keep them clean. So we're really excited that things are going to open up still a little bit more, but and we also do residential. So for any of you that are interested in having any roofing, painting, siding, anything like that done, I just have a funny little trivia type thing that I can share. Well, okay. Well, LD and I have taken tap dance lessons together. So, yes, we had our recital this time last year. And so just a little something so you can remember Amy and LD, we tap dance.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We'll remember that for sure. Thanks for sharing that.
Sure.
I can't wait to learn more.
Oh, yes, you can. You can wait. It's okay.
Excitement about that. I mean, this girl she's wound up pretty tight, and she loves life, and to see her light up when she talks about that, that's really cool. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying that together, and I'm glad to see that they're one of the partners in crime there. So I'm looking forward to
for sure
seeing more. So thanks a bunch, Amy. I appreciate that.
You got it.
And what we're going to do something a little bit different. And okay, so I'm making this up on the fly. What I want you to do is before the end of the day, if you could email me a copy of your business card. So take it and put it on a scanner and scan like a legit copy of your business. If you have the capacity, if you have the ability to do that, and then email that to me. And then what we'll do is we will try, we'll just try to do that. I want everybody to send it to Jason at georgiamanufacturing.com. and then I'll gather up all the cards, and we'll put that as a PDF in the show notes, like we do in live events. So again, you want to scan it, full size, regular size, whatever that is. Email me a copy of the scan. If you can't do that, or if you're working from home and don't have a scanner and the capability to do that, then what we want you to do is take a picture of it, and then we'll see what we can do with the creative side of the house here. And but we'll be able to share that information throughout the, for the folks that are on the call. So really excited about that. So again, thank you, Amy, for sharing. And all right, so we'll open this thing up to Mr. Todd Evans. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do in the real world when we're not fighting the coronavirus. And I think you said you had something you'd like to share there as well. Let's see if we can.
Not necessarily. Jason, thank you for letting me get on this forum and talk about Piper O'Brien, her architects. I'm Todd Evans. I got to know Jason, I guess it was about 10 years when I worked for Jackson EMC back during my Gwinnett days. Actually, I'm coming to you guys from sunny Cumming, Georgia right now. So I'm a Forsyth County for the past year. But anyway, worked in the utility business for about 16 years before I decided to get into the for-profit sector. I was worked for Jackson in the 85 corridor, Gwinnett County for 14 years, and then I was recruited to go to another co-op in Austin, Texas, and was in Austin for about 3 years, and was recruited to come back to Atlanta and to head business development for one of the largest architectural firms in Atlanta, Piper O'Brien, her architects. We're a 50-year-old firm based in Atlanta. We have an office in Pittsburgh. We have around 40 different design professionals with the firm. We specialize in industrial, and that's mainly why I wanted to get plugged into this organization. Just to give you an idea of maybe some of our clients, probably our most prominent client that you guys have heard of or that have seen along you can't quite see the plant off of 85, but just down around 85, there's a huge Yamaha plant in Coweta County that we designed years ago with Sunbelt Construction. Sunbelt is no longer around, but we've done about 4 phases of that plant down in Coweta County, and we've done some work at Kubota up in Hall County, Sekasui in Kentucky. We really specialize in the tilt wall construction, the concrete tilt wall construction. So anyway, I just wanted to introduce us. Obviously, we have an interest. Obviously, as Jason always tries to remind us, we're here to promote manufacturing in the state of Georgia, which that's my primary focus of being part of this organization. But hey, if a lead comes my way, I'm not going to turn it down. So if any of you out there need an architectural firm, please look me up.
Perfect. I appreciate that, Todd. I appreciate you.
And by the way, I'm a UGA grad, so you don't see a lot of UGA grads work for architectural firms. So that's kind of got into it different way. So
I got you. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks, Todd, for being a part of the day. And we've got I'm ready to see stuff kick back off. I've been talking to some folks in the construction industry and hearing the impact that this has had, especially on the architectural firms. I mean, that's been a pretty significant shot in the arm right now. You're trying to figure out where things are. There's only a certain amount of this stuff you can put on pause, and so it's interesting to see how that's shaking out for you guys.
Yeah, we are staying busy, so it's a blessing. So
that's awesome. All right, Ellie, how are you? Let me see. We'll unmute here. Stand by. All right.
Good morning, guys.
Welcome to the call. Glad to have you on the line with us.
Thank you. I'm Ille Van Engelen. I'm part of VDL Industries. We are a local fabrication facility. We do CNC machining. We do laser cutting, metal bending, welding, and robotic welding. We opened up about 2 years ago, in 2018, in September. We're part of the VDL group. It's a large Dutch family-owned manufacturing group with about 104 facilities worldwide that vary from injection molding to car manufacturing, and pretty much anything you can imagine. As I said, we started about 2 years ago for the local food processing business. Morel is one of our biggest customers. Besides that, we do a lot of conveyor system, HVAC systems, railroad industry, so a lot of cabinets for under the trains. And yeah, we're looking to grow our footprint in the US and mainly in Georgia and the surrounding states. And that's been going pretty well. Obviously, we have a little setback now with the coronavirus.
Right.
But it's also offered us opportunities with shutdowns in Asia that has provided us with more work here for the local business. So yeah, it's been tough, but as most of you guys, we're an essential business as well. So yeah, what we try to do is make sure our employees are safe and healthy, and that we can still supply everyone with salary and with work, and that has been going very well. So we're lucky and blessed right there.
Fantastic, man. That's great news. I am really excited to hear that news. We were scheduled, I think, May the 13th is what we had initially had on the radar for a plant tour, and I know we've kind of had to jockey a few things around, but as soon as we get a green light to put that back on the radar, we'd love for you guys to be one of the first facilities that we open back up to do.
We'd love to have you guys.
So yeah. So we're really excited about coming out and seeing. Now the square footage, you guys have got a large facility, right? What's your square footage again?
150,000 square feet.
Okay, perfect. And you're looking to bring on additional contract manufacturing from different aspects. Is that right?
Yeah. So we're a contract manufacturer, and we handle all the outsourced work for the Kubotas to the smaller companies. We do the low volume and high volume, mostly high volume components, and then we can do welding assemblies and full assemblies, and they can go from 2 a week to 30 a week. So we can do quite large volumes.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I appreciate you being on the call with us today, and we'll keep that in mind and look forward to coming out to visit soon, my friend.
Thank you very much.
All right. Sounds great. All right. Mr. Taylor.
Hey, good morning, Jason.
Good morning, brother. Glad to have you on the line.
Hey, it's great to be here. It's only been about a year ago that you and I met for the first time, so I appreciate all you've done. I'm JT Taylor. I work for a company called Adhesive and Equipment. We sell glues and adhesives that make things stick together, everything from car parts to boxes to a lot of assembly work. And our business right now is taking quite a hit in the automotive side, picked up on the food side. But we're about 50% down.
Okay.
But our owners have done a great job keeping all the employees together, keeping everybody on board. We're going to make it through with Georgia getting ready to open back up. That's a great thing for us. Our home office is in Michigan, which is taking a little bit harder hit than we have down here. But we also, Jason, brought on board a new product by one of our manufacturers, is H.B. Fuller, and they produce a disinfectant that they've been selling for years into disaster relief. And we brought that on board. It's effective in eliminating the coronavirus off of any hard surface. You spray it on, and it dissolves and cleans that. So that's kind of pushing that right now. We sell a 5-gallon drum or pail for $55, which is $11 a gallon, which is extremely competitive. I think we're selling it for too little, but that's what we're going to the marketplace with. So if you know anybody that has a need, that's how we're trying to help eliminate the virus and get out there. One of the things I love about GMA too, Jason, I was going to mention this, is I met a lot of great people that are trying to help them in their business, trying to help me in my business. And Ryan and I still need to get together for lunch sometime soon.
Yep.
So as soon as the virus hits, I got you on my list to call Ryan and us do lunch up in your area sometime.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you're able to plug in. I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about that disinfectant. I know that a lot of companies that have shuttered, that have closed production, are going to have to clean the facility, and we've had a few manufacturers that have had confirmed cases of folks in their production facility, and they're having to kind of have having to disinfect the area and make it as clean and safe as possible. So I'll make sure that we get you connected to anybody in that.
Yeah, that would be great. Just to let you know, Smithfield Foods is one of our other accounts, big business partners, and they just ordered a truckload of it for their facilities now that they've had to shut down the facility in South Dakota. So it's getting known in the marketplace, and it's very effective. So it just hit our floor Monday in Winder, Georgia. So now we've got it there to distribute at a day's notice.
Nice. So y'all are doing distribution. Do y'all do any production of the product there, or what do y'all have production in Winder?
We don't produce anything down here. We produce out of Michigan.
Okay.
Now we do repair a lot of glue and glue machines out of our Winder facility. We're actually looking for a bigger facility up there to expand that. So we repair a lot, but we don't manufacture down here. We manufacture up in Michigan.
Okay, I got you. Cool. We're glad to have you on the line with us, brother. We'll make sure
Great to be here, man.
Keep that in mind. All right, thanks. All right, Mr. Ryan, share with us a little bit what's going on, Ryan Carver.
Yeah, good to see everybody. First of all, Jason, thank you for putting this on. This is good for me to still be able to stay connected to everybody. And totally unrelated, JT, I own a athletic facility as well that doesn't apply to this call, but I may need to hit you up on some of that sanitizer for when we're supposed to reopen Friday. But I think we may slow play that. But so in my day-to-day 9-to-5 job, I work for Clear Choice Telephones. And what we do is we provide telephone systems, anything communications really related for businesses. We offer premise systems, cloud-based systems, low voltage cabling, anything software as a service, basically anything that you can think of that connects one piece of equipment to another or one person to another for any business is what we do and provide. What makes us a little bit different is that we're often, and they're coming in consulting and giving an unbiased opinion on certain products and really kind of directing our customers which way to go. We're not trying to push one vendor or one type of system down the throats of people. We're actually trying to figure out what is actually needed and wanted for our business. What this virus has done for us is one, when it first kicked off, we were full bore busy trying to get our customers set up for remote working. And that took up a ton of our time. Projects that we have had or that we had in the pipeline, they've been put on hold. So we're expecting once we get out of this, on the backside of it, we're going to be busy as all get out. And right now, we've got most everybody. We're either working with our customers to plan for the future in terms of setting up a system that's more enabling for remote capabilities. We sell Zoom licenses as well, ironically enough. But we are working with our customers to set up their remote capabilities for the future. And then as well as, just doing planning for how we're going to get our projects done, all these that have been pushed. So that's us in a nutshell.
I got you. Awesome. Perfect time. Well, one of the things I think that we're all going to be going through is, we've all been forced to experience, remote working. And I think that there's going to be a huge demand for that. And there's going to be a continuation of it. It's going to be interesting to see, how much of this continues beyond, first quarter of next year. And, I've been talking to some folks and Todd might be able to chime in on this a little bit, is the need for commercial real estate. If everybody's figured out that they can work from home, if 30% of the workforce now has figured out that it's more efficient to work from home, what is it going to look like for commercial real estate over the next 3 to 5 years? I think that there's going to be, potentially a glut of commercial real estate space available that was used for office space, but now it's unneeded. So it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. And again, through Clear Choice, I mean, how the technology is going to be able to continue to support that, because we gotta plug it in. I'm a face-to-face, belly-to-belly kind of guy. I want to get out and network and shake hands and, do stuff live. But we've found that there's some efficiencies in what we're doing now. And, of course, my team's coming back in. I am thrilled beyond measure that my team's coming back in on Monday. So we get to have some more life other than just me and Wesley running around, because we love the entertainment, and we provide entertainment for the rest of the team. So so it all works out. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all that stuff shakes out. So Ryan, thanks a bunch for sharing. All right, Mr. Hunter, tell us what's going on, brother. No audio yet. You got something, you may have something muted. Okay, it's trying to connect. Stand by. All right, try that.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Yeah, we got you now. Go ahead.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Jason, for putting this together.
Yep, we lost you. Hold on. Okay, now you're good.
Okay. I appreciate everything that you've done the past month for GMA. Hunter Walling with corporate tax incentives. What we do in the manufacturing side is find tax credits for your company. Basically, we go in, we do a study in about 3 months, and you get cash back. So any new process that you're going through or a new product that you're inventing can qualify. On the manufacturing side, software side, architectural side is kind of our wheelhouse. There's a couple other credits, such as the work opportunity tax credit. It's based on the number of hires that you have each year. That can qualify, and with there being 25 million unemployed people, that credit's really going to benefit companies here in the next year once you start hiring new people.
Oh yeah.
And then with new law passed with loans and different things, we work on that. We've just helped the company with their they laid off about 1,000 people. Those 1,000 people are going to qualify for about $5,000 each in credit. So they're going to see about $5 million in credit back for laying people off during this Corona time. So that was passed with the bill about a month ago. So that's our focus, getting cash back in your pocket. And that's kind of corporate tax incentives in a nutshell.
Okay, perfect. I imagine there's going to be a lot of, backfill trying to figure out what the next steps are. The tax laws. I was talking to Laura the other day, and she said, this stuff is changing by the minute. And it's really hard for us. We're continuing to get new advisement about how the pieces fit together. So it's going to take a little while to get all this stuff unwound, and we're proud that you're going to be able to be part of helping us figure out how to maximize this and make good decisions going forward. So thanks a bunch, Hunter, for being with us today. All right, Mr. Brian Weber, tell us what's going on in your world, brother. All right, Brian. There you go. You're good.
I'm out past my time. I'm real quick. I'm the founder and principal of a strategic sales accelerator here in Atlanta called Link Your Sales Solution. And we're providing support to businesses that want to improve their pipeline. I'm a 20-year veteran of digital marketing and search engine marketing and so forth. But Jason and his executive team asked me to advise them on sponsorship. So this year, I'm providing some strategic leadership to clients to bring in some support from other manufacturers. You can find me on linkyoursales.com or on LinkedIn, and I will donate my time back to the people who really came to network.
Perfect. Brian, I appreciate that. And for you guys that don't understand kind of how we're set up, most of you guys are pretty engaged in GMA. Some of you are some fairly fresh new folks in the organization, but our GMA is a for-profit industry association, which means we don't have one penny of tax dollars in what we do. Everything that we do is supported by memberships and corporate sponsorships. And, what that does is that allows us to really serve the needs of the manufacturers. Now, we don't get into the space. We don't do any lobbying. We're not political at all. We go to the Capitol once a year, take a picture with the governor because it just looks cool on the front of a magazine. But outside of that, we don't get into the politics side, and so that really allows us, again, to serve the needs of the manufacturers uniquely. But the only way that works is that business model has got to work, because we have an annual membership for our members, but also corporate sponsorships for companies that really believe and see what we're doing in the marketplace. And this is a great opportunity for companies that would like to get their brand attached and exposed to the top thought leaders in the manufacturing space. This is a fantastic opportunity for sponsorship. If you, we just did a study. We've got a big trade show that we host, the Georgia Manufacturing Summit, of course. Scheduled for September the 15th. And the numbers show that there's, $145 billion of either lost or delayed sales due to the cancellation of of trade shows in the U.S. $145 billion just in Q1 and Q2. People are accustomed to using trade shows, right? So they've got new marketing dollars that might have been freed up. How many trade shows were you scheduled to go? And so those are not happening. So this is a vehicle, if you're interested in, again, some additional exposure. Shameless plug for GMA. Talk to me, talk to Brian. We'll kind of walk you through that process. But we're looking for the right folks that partner with us. We don't take every application for sponsorship because some folks just don't align with the culture that we have here. So there's a vetting process that you kind of got to go through. But anyway, we'll explain that a little bit later. But I just want to give you an idea. Again, we're really thankful to have Brian on the team helping us through this. And
well, this is let me just real quickly. This is the group that sponsors want to tap into. It's not the brand so much as the folks in the clubhouse, and you all are in the clubhouse, and that's what the larger companies want to know about when presented. So if you want any of us to audit your website, by the way, let me know, and we'll do that, no charge.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. All right. So Mr. Jason Johnson, glad to have you on the call with us. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world, brother.
Hello, I'm Jason. I'm with Fulton Metals Recycling. And Fulton Metals Recycling has 2 locations in the Atlanta area. We focus on recycling metals. And just to kind of give you a picture of what we work with a lot of your local cities and counties at the municipality level, recycling the material that they collect. We're also in the construction industry. We work with a lot of demolition crews. We really have a niche almost in all different types of manufacturing. For instance, we've worked with Cisco on some of their electronics recycling, and we've worked with some other manufacturers too that do fabrication and or machining. So what we do is we provide a service in terms of placing out different types of bins to collect the metal. And then we offer a rebate on the back end to make sure that the person is, getting paid the full value of the material that they're recycling. So what we've done is taking an industry that not only helps your company become sustainable, but also, protects the environment. But what we like to do is, partner with companies and work with local organizations such as the Georgia Recycling Coalition, and reporting these numbers back to the state to say, hey, this company is doing their part in recycling materials. And so it's kind of a win-win situation for everyone.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate you being on the line with us, Jason. I know a lot of manufacturers are, have that mindset, and they want to make sure that they keep it as green as possible. And I know you guys are able to play a big part in that. So thanks a bunch for being online with us. All right, Mr. Todd, share with us what's going on, brother. What's shaking?
Oh, hey, Jason, first of all, thanks for doing this. Appreciate all your efforts and time and putting all this together. So if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen. So I do have some slides I thought I would share. So hopefully you can see my screen now. Not 100% sure. But, so basically, I'm Todd McCarty. I own my own digital marketing agency. I've been in marketing for about 25 years. I work with 5 different Fortune 500 companies. My most recent job, I actually led global digital marketing for NCR. I also do a little bit of executive coaching, career coaching on the side as a side gig, because you can't just have one job; you got to have 2, right?
Right.
So my mission is really to influence your web visitors to take action on your website. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, if you get people to your site and nobody does what you want them to do, they don't call you, they don't pick up the phone, they don't fill out a form, what's the point? So what I do is I work with clients on something called conversion rate optimization, which sounds really, really fancy, but all it really means is if you get 100 people to your site and one person calls you, you have a 1% conversion rate. And so I try to help clients make sure that their websites can answer 3 simple questions for a visitor. Am I in the right place? How do I feel? And where do I go next? If your site can't answer those 3 questions, then people are going to leave. And so I work with clients to help make sure that those questions are answered. I also help people who have some of these problems. So maybe they're confused about where to start with digital. They need a plan. Maybe they're frustrated their site doesn't work. Time pressure, just don't have enough arms and legs. Concern their message doesn't resonate. So maybe you're not sure if your message is clear. So I help with that. I also help people who are intimidated by technology. So if you're not really sure, which technology and tools to use, I help you sort through that. So my company essentially helps people with lead generation, brand building, online reputation, and improving ineffective websites. And I offer a free assessment. So if someone's willing to give me 60 minutes of their time, I'm happy to pull together some data and share some data on how you can improve your website for conversion and make sure that it answers those 3 questions. So I do have a Calendly if people want to book appointments with me. I'm happy to help people if at all possible. So thanks, Jason.
Fantastic. Wow. Great information. I really appreciate you sharing that. And let's see here. You got that. Stand by. All right. Stand by just a second here. Okay. All right. Good information, Todd. I really appreciate you sharing that and the information. If you guys are interested at all, make sure getting your website optimized to the right space. Todd is your guy to go to for sure. All right, Mr. Roger Grabman, tell me what's going on in your world, brother. What's shaking?
Well, I'm Roger Grabman. My company is Grab Innovations and Services. So my last name being Grabman, my company being Grab, you can guess whose company it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a registered professional engineer, and my expertise is production machinery and related safety issues. I have an 18-page protocol when I do an audit of equipment, and I've recently added a couple of items in the categories of hazards: infectious surface hazard and infectious proximity hazard. It's like, okay, something new. All right. What's shaking? I'm also the state president for the Georgia Society of Professional Engineers. Jason, did you see the email I sent you?
I have not seen it yet, but I will dig in shortly.
Well, I'm trying to put together a program for best practices professional engineers under pandemic conditions.
Okay.
So it'd be hopefully a presentation with multiple people in May.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the year, I'd like to put together how engineers respond to fight a pandemic. And you've got a whole wealth of different disciplines, that everything from buildings to industrial engineering to product design so a whole wealth of possibilities there. But I don't have I haven't identified the presenters or the people yet. So okay. Mm-hmm. Business, yes, I'm working on a couple of proposals right now. I've heard some mention going by at different companies, some of which are my clients. Okay, that's good. What else can I tell you?
What's your biggest learning so far in the coronavirus as a PE?
Oh, well, the remote networking is certainly risen to the top. We've, as an organization, have done telephone conferencing before. Mm-hmm. This face-to-face over a laptop, that's not only is it applicable to our networking, but also engineering meetings and certain social functions too.
Right.
So, okay. So some people have been relying on some of the call-in conference site
Right.
for a conference call. I discovered one that's popular is not in my calling plan. How is it a cell company has a business model where they exclude accessing call-in conference calls because they want the additional upgrade of services revenue?
Interesting.
It's like, okay, if you're going to annoy your customer, you may lose their loyalty to the point of them looking for alternatives.
Yeah.
So for your $3 a month, are you going to lose what?
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how companies respond to that. So thanks a bunch, Roger. Appreciate that. All right, Mr. John, what's going on, brother? Looks like you're upright and doing well. How you feeling?
Good. Make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, we're good now.
All right, great. Glad to be here. Got a few things to share. John Harkinen here with Util Auditors. We specialize in utility and service contract audits for companies, all major market verticals. And what's really come into play in the last few months is people's operational expenses have gotten out of whack for a number of reasons. And a few examples would be, let's say your merchant processing charges. Your provider is now potentially charging higher fees, withholding funds longer, chargebacks. There's been a lot of strain on the financial system. And so merchant processing providers are covering their liability by sort of, changing numbers behind people's backs without knowing it. Another thing is like in shipping, you're going to find COVID surcharges showing up on your accounts. You're going to have volume changes to your contract. Maybe your volume isn't aligned with what your contract says, and that's going to throw some of your charges out of whack.
Oh, yeah.
In waste, your waste removal contracts, you haven't been using your waste as much as you used to, but yet you're still paying that same full amount. How can you get that fixed? A lot of times, things go on behind the scenes with operational expenses that people aren't aware of. Something else in cost segregation, something that people can take advantage of. If you have a new building or a facility, or you've made capital improvements to it, there's a program called accelerated depreciation, where you can take your current net operating loss and carry that back to previous year's taxes and apply that to previous years, apply that loss to previous years. I don't want to get too far off in the weeds, but it's a way to identify revenue by adjusting your taxes and your capital depreciation on your assets and your building and your facility. So we specialize in doing audits in 16 areas of spend for no cost. We review your information, get a report back to you on what your standing is, and protect you in the best financial position possible. So a lot of things going on. There's a lot of opportunity there for people to fix their bottom line. And we're here to serve that purpose for you.
Awesome. Great job, John. I appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. And you're feeling better?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I'm not getting worse.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not coughing.
Yay. That's a beautiful thing.
It
just making sure you're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Beautiful. All right. Mr. Henry Levine, share with us what's going on, brother. Hold on. Let me unmute your line.
I've been looking at numbers.
Okay.
Because as you know, the governor has said we're going to start opening up businesses.
Uh-huh.
And what's interesting, if you look at the stats, 0 to 10, 0% deaths. 0 and to 19, it's very small. Now it starts to go up as you get to be 50 and over.
Okay.
If you're in the 50 and over category, your risk is a lot higher. So that's one thing. The other thing that's very interesting with the stats is that if you look at it if you're in the metropolitan area, and this all makes sense, you're closer to people, like New York City, 19 million people in the metro area.
Right.
So, they've got more deaths than many countries. And so you look at that, and of course, so that makes a lot of sense. So I'm thinking one of the things that I think is manufacturing firms that are in the middle of nowhere, their risks are a lot lower than if you are in the city. So I think that they've got a good opportunity to open the facilities, and with appropriate caution, they may be sooner than later getting back online.
Yep.
So that's one of the things that I have. So my business, of course, is helping manufacturers and individuals with financial services. I came out of manufacturing, spent 25 years more in that world and technology. And so I like to help people in that area. So I help folks with retirement planning at the business level and at the individual level, and help people grow and protect their wealth. And I think everybody today is looking to say, am I going to be all right? And so that's what I've been answering questions for folks. One of the things, one interesting fact in the Secure Act, if you have folks that are worried about cash, they can take money out of their IRA or their 401k, and it becomes income if it's traditional, if it's deferred money.
Right.
And if they do that, they can spread what they take out over three tax years. So
Okay.
that's one of the things I want to let you know. So anyway, I want to just say to everyone, I'm excited about the fact that we are getting back into close to getting back online, and I hope everyone is having a great day. Thank you.
All right. Fantastic. Appreciate that for sure. I think we're all at different levels, showing different levels of excitement and enthusiasm around that. So appreciate you sharing that, Henry. All right. Mr. Johnnell, what's going on, girl? What's shaking? I'll unmute your line there. Stand by. All right. You should be good.
I'm going to show y'all my French.
Yeah.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je suis Janelle. Janelle. Okay, that's enough. So during my little time here, I've been learning some French, and this is for our international prospects. But as far as the solar business, the solar energy arena, it's been a little difficult to clear a little permitting because of a lot of the government offices have been closed, or just leave your permit at the door type deal. So with this new opening up, I guess Friday and Monday, state of Georgia is going to open up. We're going to see how this all works out. Prospecting, the way I prospected was actually just meeting people face to face, communicating with them. So we'll see how folks will do trying to meet face to face. That's going to be interesting. Let's communicate with the mass, social distancing. But outside of that, what Solar Time does is we help people out with reducing their electricity costs through solar energy. And not only that, but there's this whole green energy movement, reducing their overall carbon output. Or I just want to reduce my costs, and not only does solar energy help reduce the cost, but we also look into energy efficiency. So is your facility losing energy here and there? And so we're also working with energy audit company to help assist with doing other audits that's outside of our arena, as far as the looking at the electricity bill. Okay.
Right.
And then along with our installations, we also utilize marketing. Okay. So we partner with a marketing firm. They do that side of wheelhouse. We don't, because that's a little bit beyond us at the moment. But we'll do ribbon cutting. Okay. Yep. It complements of ribbon cutting, social media, rebranding their company as a green company, because a lot of solar installation companies, they just want to come and do an installation, they're gone. Yet, how do you translate that installation to the public?
Right.
And that's one thing that we want to make sure that they maximize their ability to communicate with the public, with their potential clientele, what they're actually doing and how solar energy is impacting their company.
Very cool.
So that's what we do, baby.
Ready to get back to the real world, visiting with folks. I got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm tired of looking at the wall, man. Tired of it.
I got you. Beautiful. All right, Miss Michelle Murphy, what's going on, girl? What's shaking in your world?
Well, thank you for doing this. Thank you for keeping us all plugged in. And I am Michelle Murphy, obviously, with Benefit Resources. We are in the Barrow County, work mostly in Jackson County, over in Athens, Banks County, north, those manufacturers up there. We do group benefits from around 35 up to 350 employees. We don't just, sign you on with a carrier, and just say, okay, call the number on your insurance card. We actually do help people when they have medical procedures coming up, those kind of things, what questions to ask, make sure everything is covered, make sure all of the people that are going to be used for the services are covered. Just answering all kinds of questions for that. I mean, we were able to save someone who went in for shoulder surgery about $6,000. Initially, his anesthesiologist was not on his plan, but they were able to just reschedule. Somebody else was scheduled to be there that day that was on his carrier. You can actually change insurance more often than you think. It is a big process, so it's an undertaking. I can see why, HR and corporate wide people don't do it that regularly, but as people in those decision making, if they've gone with a plan and that's not the best for them, a lot of times they can still change, upgrade, add a plan. Got certain things like municipalities that might have pay levels down, from 30,000 a year to 100,000 a year.
Yep.
We can come up with different plans that different people can afford and cover what they need. Also, more on the personal side, I do individual life insurance as well. If you were thinking about getting life insurance, I would hurry up that process, because there's going to be a lot of riders that where if they say that you died from COVID, it's not going to be covered. That's what the insurance companies are trying to work those in right now. But there's a lot of, you don't know unless you're there, but there's a lot of deaths that Joe Diffie, for instance, they say he died of COVID, but he had stage 4 lung cancer.
Right.
So, but they said it was COVID. So if he had one of those plans in 3 months, his beneficiaries wouldn't have gotten anything.
Yeah.
So,
that's crazy.
but I'm going to post my email address right there if you have any questions about your policies. So reach out to me, guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Michelle. All right. Beautiful. All right, Miss Koki, what's going on in your world, girl? What's shaking? Oh, hold on. Let's get you.
Late. So I actually, I'm an independent contractor and out of work. So I joined GMA as a volunteer and ended up being the scribe for these calls, which was very cool. So I learned a lot. So I learned a lot, but I also found out you guys, because of this COVID, have a lot of safety issues and also OSHA compliance issues. So I called my friend Tina at Peerless Performance. Peerless is an incentive company. And I asked her, do you guys have an OSHA compliance safety incentive program for manufacturers? Because I know they have in healthcare. And she said, yes, we do. And then I'm going to use my cheat cards here. She said that Cisco is one of their customers. And after implementing their safety program, had about an 83% improved employee retention rate and a 41% reduced accident incident rate.
Wow.
And that's because the program works, because it's one thing to get the program up and going, but how do you keep the employees engaged? So the next thing she came up was a 2018 Gallup poll where companies who were actively engaged in safety program and incentive program had a 70% reduced number of incidents, 41% reduced absenteeism, 21% increased profitability, but also an increase in productivity and a less amount of shrinkage. So the plan works. The ROI is about $4 to $5 for every dollar spent, but an overall company incentive program yields you about $12 on every dollar spent. So it works because executives are in, they like to see better numbers, and the employees get to choose their own rewards. So they actually get tangible benefits that they like.
Yeah.
So that's what I came up with as far as helping you guys. And give me a call if you want to know more. And that's it for me.
Perfect. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, everybody look this way. Smile. Hold on just a second. I don't know if I keep thinking I turn all the right buttons on, but let's see. Look this way. Henry, smile. Everybody, John, smile. John, look, smile. Todd, I can't see your hand. I know. Use all your fingers, Todd. There you go. All your fingers. All right, cool, guys. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to post that. We did have John Hughes, I think, maybe one more. Going once, going twice. Okay, there you go.
Hey, how you doing today? Sorry for the no video. I need to update our security features. But my name is Justin Hughes. I'm the managing member with Diesel Grid. We're a customer service, asset-based transportation company. We focus on business to business in the Atlanta area. We try to zero in on dedicated accounts where we understand your business because your success is our success and vice versa. So we try to get with high volume customers. We do supply chain for customers like CVS, Walmart, and Rolls-Royce. We do have a higher focus on that supply chain for Rolls-Royce. Obviously, it's an air on ground type issue. Whenever they need a part, immediately we make sure that happens. Right now is a great time for everyone to try to reduce costs. So we, do a lot of work with middleman brokers and stuff. And right now is a time where you guys could actually work with us to reduce those fees. Obviously we've taken measures upon ourselves to, limit exposure to you guys and for ourselves. So we've reduced, we used to share trucks. Now each driver has their own truck. We don't do split shifts anymore. So we will need some more cleaning supplies to try to bring that back in. So we can, get rocking and rolling again. But, our new focus is kind of working with the warehousing companies, right? So we want to create high visibility. We have GPS on all of our equipment. We can put geofencing around your facilities. We can have computer automated notifications, let you know when we're arriving, when our ETA is. You can assign doors. Obviously, we're still building this out, but we've got a team right now that is currently building this together. And we have some of the things in place right now, though. So trying to limit that exposure with you guys. And then we're also looking for feedback. When we go to a warehouse, no two warehouses are the same. You may have a guy that just back up over here and just leave whenever you're done. Or you may have a customer that makes us drop the trailer, unhook from it, be staged in a staging area and wait for a phone call to tell us we're finished. So there's all different types. So we need that feedback from you guys of what you need from us when we arrive on your facility so we can build that into our processes.
Yeah, very cool. Exciting times, man. We're glad to have you guys on board with us for sure.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're new members, and I look forward to meeting y'all when we can get back out there.
Yeah, and work on your security, get those cameras lit up so we can see
all right.
face with the name for sure.
Yes, sir.
Right. And we had one other company listed, John, but I don't know if that's John Harkinen, your other line, or if that's nope. Services once, twice. Okay, so with that, guys, this was our first. Give yourself a hand. y'all did a fantastic job. We got lots of cool stuff. I'm gonna post that picture on LinkedIn. Make sure that if you would share your favorite part. Typically we go back around the room and ask everybody what their favorite part about today was. I'm killing me not to know what you guys' feedback is on this. So feel free to add it in the comments here. I'm going to leave the call up for a couple minutes, but feel free to add it in the call notes in the Zoom chat. But I'm asking you for sure, when we post this on LinkedIn, make sure that you put in the comments your favorite part about today. So I'm going to try to make sure that you're tagged in the post itself so that you should get a notification. And so again, I can't wait to hear the feedback on this thing. We're excited about being able to provide this vehicle for you guys to network. If you liked it, thumbs up. We'll do it again. Everybody good? Like it? Okay, so that's 100%. So we're golden there. I did want to open it up one last thing for Heather and wanted to ask you to share what's your favorite part. You've been on all of these calls, so what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was just to hear everybody and what they do. There's a couple of you on here that I wasn't sure of what they did or who they were, but now I know. So it's good to get a better feel for everybody.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks a bunch, Heather, for your support from home. But I'm so excited about having you back in the office and in the crazy starting on Monday. You guys be safe. We do have a call lined up for we called it Recovery Roundtable, but somebody told me that sounded like an AA meeting, so we're going to change the name of that. Hey, just whatever. It's going to be Reopening Georgia Roundtable. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. So Reopening Georgia Roundtable for manufacturers. That's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And on Friday, we have the Fun Friday call. So if you've not plugged into that, we really recommend that you plug into that. It's kind of a BYOB. It's a social hour. It's much like we've done today, but we don't talk too much business. We just hang out and socialize. So it's a fun, casual. I would encourage you to plug into that. If you don't have it on your radar, plug into that. These networking events, we're going to maintain that these networking events are for GMA members only. So hopefully that'll help drive some new members and bring some new folks to the table. But also we want to show that this is a specific special benefit for you as a member. We're trying to figure out ways we can continue to give back and add value to your membership. Hopefully you saw that as a result of this conversation. And we're here to serve you and figure out ways that we can best serve you in the space. So if you have any other ideas or suggestions on what we could be doing, if there's specific needs that you have, don't hesitate. Call us 770-338-0051. Email jason@georgiamanufacturing.com. Let us know how we can best serve you. With that being said, we're a little bit over on our time, so I've learned to adjust the amount of time that we're going to put in these calls. But each one of you guys are special to us in your own unique way. Thank you for being part of the call, and it's been another great day at GMA. With that, guys, we're going to wrap this call up. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Jason. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Woo!